Tafarai, Bayne. I'm Chief Strategist with Cyclavia. I also work with the LA Nightlife Alliance, and I'm a city commissioner in the city of Los Angeles, helping oversee the Recreation and Parks Department. Born and raised in Los Angeles, I've been involved in community work for a while. And today I'm going to give you a couple of pointers about how to get engaged in your local community, four ways you can get involved in your local community. So number one, it's important to think global and act locally. It's important to remember that, even these really big issues like climate change, police brutality, they can all be traced back. You can trace them all back to ways they impact your local community. And that's where it's really important for you to take action, because that's where you live. That's where you could really put your fingers on something, put your hands on something, and really get involved personally yourself. And that's also where you can take personal changes. So remember, there's no step too small, from the personal kinds of steps where we think about things like our diet, our transportation habits, where we live, to community groups in your area or ways you can get involved in local elections. But all these things, remember, they all have ripples and impacts. We set examples, we help set bars, and the rules we have in our own local cities help dictate what happens all over the world. So that's really important. Number two, how to identify, you should make sure to identify local issues and connecting with orgs, right? Like one way you can really do that, you have a lot of tools in front of you, from the internet to Facebook and social media to your own personal networks. If you care about issues like homelessness, police brutality, housing, food insecurity, you can Google it, Google food insecurity, Los Angeles, for example, and you can find organizations, nonprofits who are working on those issues, and you can reach out to them. You can use your social media and talk to people in your network. Your personal network is really powerful. It's a resource that you should try to use. It's one of our most important resources, and it's one you should always build. So again, if you want to identify ways you can engage in these places locally, hit your network, use the internet, do that research, and find places and organizations in your community. And if there isn't one, then maybe you should consider starting one. You're never too young to consider starting a good organization and do some good work. But it's always really important to take advantage of and to help support groups that are already working on issues in the communities you live in. So go ahead and do that research and make sure that you're not replicating the work of somebody else. And it's always, we need to join forces like Voltron. This is an opportunity for us all to come together. So it's really important that we try to reach out and support people doing the good work. Number three, if you do that and you get and find organizations in your community to engage with, it's important to think about being useful and being humble, right? Once you reach out to these groups, be mindful of what the group actually needs, like what they might need done. Some groups might ask for money, right? Like they might need donations. Maybe you don't have any money, but you want to maybe give your time. Your time is your resource, your labor. Maybe you have a passion or you have a strength. Maybe you're really good at graphic design or you're really good at social media. Maybe that organization might need that work. So that's a great little matchup, and it's an opportunity for you to give something that you love to do. But also maybe the group doesn't need the things that you actually love to do right now. Maybe they just need something done like phone banking or phone calls, or they need somebody to help out around the office or help move boxes on a moving day. Be useful for that organization. Be humble about the fact that they need certain things. And if you can provide that, you can help them do the work they need to get done. It's also a great way to build a relationship with these groups, because once you get involved in that way, you can get to know them for a while, and maybe your passion can match up better with their work at a later point, and then you have an opportunity. You already know them, and that's a great way for you to get engaged by your passion with that same organization in the future. So, it's just important to really always meet folks where they're at in terms of what they need, and it's not about you in terms of engaging on these issues. Sure, you have a passion and you really want to, feel better and engage in something to help make a change, help engage in something to make a difference. Making a difference means getting the work done, and getting the work done sometimes means you got to do things you don't want to do right now, or you may not be as passionate about doing. But we should all be willing to do the work that needs to get done, and helping groups that need to do it. And someday you might also have your own projects, and there's going to be aspects of it that are not the most desirable to do, but they need to get done. And so that's the kind of work we're talking about. Number four, I think, this whole event is important, and it's about voting. It's really important to get out there and engage in local elections and engage in local issues, from understanding who's for or against issues you care about. You should know who's interested in supporting and fighting homelessness and supporting unhoused. You should know who's against police brutality and who's been a champion for those issues for a while. You should be helping to elect those people and vote for those people. And remember, also, those local elections impact resources like the budget and how money is distributed in your community. And budgets are a statement of values, and it's really important that we ensure budgets in cities and budgets on state levels reflect the values that we really care about. And you do that by engaging with them at the ballot box through the electoral process and ensuring that you have people in place who are going to back up your values. And if they don't, you get them out, and you do that through the ballot box. So just more, as folks are already here for, and this event's all about, make sure you do some research before the November election, know who you're going to vote for, check up and down your ballot, and make sure you're checking up all the issues you really care about. That's all I got. So, we're really glad you guys are here to enjoy this event. Glad you're interested in getting engaged. It's really important. It's going to be important that we help fix our presidency and also ensure every other elected office reflects the work, the future world we want to see. So thanks for having me.